My name's Patrick, and I'm a lithographer. Yeah, it was just the sheer joy of operating such a machine and the possibilities. I got in contact with it because the Lithographic Museum in Huddinge in Sweden has a similar but earlier make of the press, and Ernst Hanke I would invite him back when I had a position at the Royal Institute to come and print with me and my students, and it was there that I fell in love with the tools that you have at your disposal when working with one of them. It was clear that I wanted it. Ernst offered it to me after our first sort of meeting. It was just not certain if I could pull it off, because the press itself weighs 7.5 tons and you don't want to move that more than once in your life. And so with the help of Kickstarters and just questionable life choices, it led to me in 2018 moving out into the countryside and getting cheap space to live in a big barn that I could rebuild into a shop. It's a German stop-cylinder press. It's called Schnellpresse in German. It's from the times of industrial printing. It's a machine to print lithographs with. It's a Johannisberg Maschinenfabrik. It's built in 1904, so it's already a later model. It's for stones 105 to 75 centimeters. It's a direct press, despite it having a big cylinder with a blanket on. There's so many small interlocking details. All the screws, they were cast by the factory itself, so there's no replacements for that unless I find screws made by the same factory. This is pre any industrial standards, and that means that a human person carved all the screws on a lathe. That's amazing. It's a shame to throw them away. I couldn't do it. I don't want to encourage people to just save stuff for the sake of saving it, but I feel that we've thrown away too many things way too fast. There's so much history that's palpable just by the way the brass is worn, certain like grips. We're not a museum, we're using the press, and it makes me happy to think that for the last 120 years this machine has been producing lithographs of all manners, from commercial to all these fantastic artworks that I can see in galleries and have hanging in the walls that I know are printed on this press. I don't dare to run her at full speed because I can't keep up with all the inking then. It takes us 50 sheets, take us half an hour. So compared to any sort of hand printing, we're ridiculously fast. And yeah, we can do full sheets. We can do like a 100 by 70 sheet. We print no problem. We need 3 people to operate it at all times, because ever since I have moved this press and it's become known, several people have approached me and were like, oh yeah, we had one too in our institution or organization, and I always go like, oh great, like I'll come print on it, because I love printing on these machines. And then they always go like, yeah, we actually, we scrapped it in the early 90s, in the late 80s, or in the 2000s, because it was deemed unsafe or unwieldy or whatever. I got all my knowledge, the vast part of knowledge, from people that were willing to share, that were working through this, and then you realize that you are just at the end of a chain, of a rather long chain of people that's been passed on. And then when I talk to Ernst, the guy that taught me these machines, I hear the stories about his teachers, and that's people that I know on first name basis, and I know idiosyncrasies about them, but I've never met them. But there's a certain connection backwards, which just puts everything into perspective, and it's nice to find yourself situated firmly within a certain field. I look forward to every new artist in the shop. It's lovely when people return, because we can pick up a conversation that we started earlier. I know that like stuff happened in their head from the last visit to the next. It takes a while to learn what's possible when working with me and with these machines. It's a fantastic machine, and at the end of the day there is a certain joy in just closing up shop, cleaning the machine and then oiling it and things like this, just giving it a good old wipe down with an oily cloth. There's surely room for machine fetishism somewhere in the whole venture, even if it's not the main thing. At the end of the day, I want to print on it. I think the next time this press moves is when I pass it on to the next sort of young lithographer with sparks in their eyes. But that's, in a couple of decades. I do take project proposals, and I am a contract printer, but we do a lot of work in getting stipends, getting funding. We've got proper material that people can sort of get to apply and make this work out.
Beautiful. Thank you.